Pat Riley, the master builder of basketball teams, is known for his uncanny ability to spot talent where others see only mediocrity. He has a knack for finding undrafted players and those dismissed as not good enough from the depths of obscurity and turning them into champions. This year, he has once again worked his magic, constructing a team that is poised to get to the NBA Finals. Naturally, my curiosity got the better of me, and I simply had to find the secrets of how this team was assembled by the great architect himself. But hold on a second. Before we jump into the player roster, let's give credit to where credit is due. The unsung hero of the Miami Heat is none other than their head coach, Erik Spoelstra. Believe it or not, Spoelstra's journey with the Heat dates all the way back to 1995, when he joined as a humble video coordinator. Little did he know that fate would play a comical role in his rise to coaching greatness. You see, when Pat Riley was hired as the head coach of Miami Heat a few months later, the contract didn't allow him to bring in his own video guy. Lucky for Spoelstra, otherwise he would have been out of a job quicker than you can say slam dunk. Just imagine how different NBA history would be. As the years rolled by, Spoelstra worked his way up the ranks, going from advanced scout to director of scouting and eventually assistant coach. He played an integral role in Riley's coaching staff when they clinched the championship in 2006. Then, in April 2008, after a couple of lackluster seasons, Riley made the decision to step down, paving the way for Spoelstra to take the reins as his successor. At the age of 38, Spoelstra became the head coach, proving that sometimes youth and talent are a winning combination. Now let's take a peek at Spoelstra's entourage of assistant coaches. The list is quite extensive, but what caught my eye is that it boasts 4 former Miami Heat players: Anthony Carter, Malik Allen, Chris Quinn and Caron Butler. It's like a reunion party, except with whistles and game strategies instead of balloons and party hats. As we shift our focus to the players, one name stands out as the undisputed king of longevity, Udonis Haslam. Back in 2002, Haslam's dreams were shattered down when he went undrafted, but he decided to spread his wings and embarked on a one-year European adventure in France. When he returned to the States, the Miami Heat saw his potential and promptly signed him in 2003. Fast forward to today, and Haslam remains a steadfast pillar of the team. If they triumph in the finals, it will be his 4th championship ring, cementing his status as the sole Miami Heat player with that shiny quadrant of glory, one more than Dwayne Wade himself. The second addition to the squad was Bam Adebayo. The Heat, armed with their 14th pick in 2017 draft, took a leap of faith and selected Bam. However, they kept him on the bench, serving as a backup to Hassan Whiteside for 2 years. It wasn't until Bam earned his promotion to the starting lineup that the Heat's fortunes took a turn for the better. In 2020, they even made it to the NBA Finals against the Lakers, though they fell short. Bam has since become a 2-time All-Star and a 4-time All-Defensive second-team member. Then, in 2018, the Heat stumbled upon a hidden treasure in the form of Duncan Robinson. Picture this. He wasn't even playing Division I NCAA. That's right. He was an undrafted player who managed to snag a spot on the Miami Heat's Summer League team. He impressed them so much that they offered him a 2-way deal, which led him to spend most of his rookie year with the Sioux Falls Skyforce. But in April 2019, his deal was upgraded to a regular contract with the Heat. The following year, he burst onto the scene, becoming the fastest player in history to make 200 3-pointers, accomplishing the feat in just 69 games. He even participated in the 3-point contest during the All-Star weekend. And get this, in one finals game, he drained a remarkable 7 threes, setting a record for the most threes made by an undrafted player in NBA history. Despite some defensive struggles in subsequent seasons, he has reclaimed an important backup role in these playoffs due to injuries to Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo. In 2019, the Heat made 2 big acquisitions. First up, they selected Tyler Hero with the 13th pick in the draft. No juice backstory here, folks. The Heat had their eyes set on him from the get-go, invested in his development, and boy, did it pay off. He made the All-Rookie team, won the 6th Man of the Year award in 2022, but unfortunately, he's had his fair share of injury woes. This year, he managed to play the most games in a single season, 67, but still, he's currently sidelined with a broken hand. 2 weeks later, the Heat scored big with the acquisition of Jimmy Butler. Now, this move came about due to a serious brain freeze moment in Philadelphia. Someone there decided to keep Tobias Harris and trade away Butler, in exchange for Josh Richardson and some cash that was used later for Al Horford. The Heat snagged Butler, who turned out to be the perfect fit for their gritty, hardworking culture. He embraced the Heat's never-give-up attitude, sacrificing himself for the team time and time again. He is the living embodiment of all for one and one for all. To this day, I am still scratching my head, wondering what the hell is with the Sixers' decision-making. Why did they let go the alpha male himself? I mean, come on. The man brought more than just his basketball prowess to the table. He brought courage, experience, self-confidence, and an echo for clutchness in the most crucial moments of the game. But well, the Sixers made their choice, and boy did the Miami Heat benefit it. They are now lounging in their second NBA Finals appearance, having also graced the conference finals before. Meanwhile, the Sixers are sitting there, counting their fingers, trying to recall how many times they've made it past the conference semifinals. Oh, that's right, 0. It's as clear as a day, folks, the Heat got the better of that deal. Next on the list is the undrafted wonder, Gabe Vincent. In 2018, he went undrafted and even had a preseason deal with the Sacramento Kings, but they promptly waved him goodbye. So, he spent a year and a half with the Stockton Kings in the G League, catching the attention of the Miami Heat in the process. In January 2020, they signed him to a two-way deal, and he continued on a similar path in the next season. Finally, in 2021, he signed a standard contract with the Heat. Now, after his fantastic playoff performances, he is set to cash in on a big payday in free agency. In 2020, the Heat welcomed another undrafted player, Max Strus, into their ranks. He had a brief stint with the Boston Celtics Summer League squad in 2019, followed by a two-way deal that eventually turned into a non-guaranteed standard deal. Unfortunately, he didn't make the final roster and had to settle for a two-way deal with the Chicago Bulls. Tragedy struck when he tore his ACL during a G League game. However, he fought back and signed a training camp contract with the Heat before the start of the next season. He impressed them enough to earn a two-way deal, and in 2021, after a solid showing in the Summer League, he signed a 2-year deal. Just like Gabe Vincent, he is ready to cash in on that sweet free agency money this summer. And then, in a shocking turn of events, the Miami Heat pulled off another blockbuster move in August 2021. They acquired the veteran Kyle Lowry through a sign-and-trade deal. To get their hands on this point guard, they had to bid farewell to Goran Dragic and Precious Achiuwa. Lowry may be past his prime, but boy, does he bring a wealth of experience to the table. He may not log in as many minutes as the starters, but every few games he unleashes his inner basketball wizardry and becomes invaluable to the Heat. Plus, did I mention that he is one of the highest paid backups in the league, making over a whopping $28 million a year? That's too much for a backup point guard, but still, he's good. Feast your eyes on Caleb Martin. Possibly enticed by the fact that they had drafted his twin brother in the second round, decided to offer Caleb a contract. He spent 2 years in Charlotte, honing his skills, but Hornets had a change of heart. They needed room for the likes of Ish Smith and Kelly Oubre Jr., so they bid farewell to Caleb. Luckily for him, the Miami Heat came to the rescue. Following the pattern of other undrafted gems, Caleb signed a two-way deal, and in the first year of that deal, he proved his worth, earning himself a multi-year contract that will keep him rocking the Heat jersey until 2025. Now, let's fast forward to 20th February 2023, where the Miami Heat decided to bolster their front court with the addition of Kevin Love and Cody Zeller. Ah yes, the rejects of other teams. Love was unceremoniously waived by the Cleveland Cavaliers just 2 days prior, while poor Zeller had been floating in the vast sea of free agency since October 2022. They may not see much action on the court, but don't underestimate their intelligence and experience. They are like the wise old guys sitting on the bench, ready to drop nuggets of basketball wisdom when called upon. Almost everyone on the Miami Heat roster was unwanted elsewhere. They were like the misfit toys of the NBA, waiting for Pat Riley to scoop them up and transform them into basketball royalty. And speaking of Riley, the NBA Finals appearance this year will mark his 19th trip to the finals in multiple roles. That's nearly a quarter of all NBA seasons. Well folks, that wraps up today's wide ride through the construction of the Miami Heat's current roster. So remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more exciting content, and leave a comment down below. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, bye!